Imagine standing on a familiar sunrise hilltop, watching the world wake up as the sky glows in the east, until one day it doesn't. Instead, the sun begins to rise from the west, as if the sky itself has betrayed everything you once knew. Earth's rotation, steady and unwavering for billions of years, has reversed overnight, flipping the planet's spin from eastward to westward. And with that reversal comes a cascade of unbelievable consequences that rip through our climate, our biology, our infrastructure, and every aspect of human life. To understand how catastrophic this change would be, consider that our atmosphere and oceans, the very air we breathe and the water that shapes our coastlines, are moving eastward at hundreds of miles per hour thanks to Earth's spin. Imagine the ground suddenly halting and rebounding in the opposite direction, creating an instantaneous global storm of unimaginable force. Terrifying winds would tear across the land, uprooting trees, demolishing buildings, and hurling vehicles like toys. Coastal cities, caught in the path of reversing currents, would be overwhelmed by instant tsunamis several hundred meters high, triggered as decades of ocean momentum smashes against continents with no warning lead time. Now picture jetliners suddenly stalled in midair because their flight paths were calculated for the wind patterns of an eastward spinning planet. Pilots would struggle to maintain lift in winds rushing at thousands of miles per hour. Birds, guided for millennia by planetary rotation, would be hurled off course. Migratory routes, once reliable, would collapse in confusion. Already strained ecosystems, oceans, wetlands, forests would quiver and quake as the currents that shape them vanish or reverse. The Gulf Stream, that powerful warm water current shaping Europe's climate, would break and flip, plunging regions into unexpected cold spells or deluging rains. Europe's temperate climate could snap into glacial extremes in a matter of years, while other areas might become steamy wastelands. Agriculture would be devastated. Soil moisture cycles, once timed to the reliable rotation patterns, would collapse. Farmers in Central Africa would watch as rain floods fields meant for rice, while California orchards dry into dust. Spring trees might bloom in autumn. Fall harvests could fail in spring. Entire civilizations could unravel within a single growing season. Desperate communities scramble for food, water, and new methods to farm soil altered by unpredictable erosion and pH shifts caused by overturned seasonal patterns. Meanwhile, our satellite infrastructure, GPS, communications, weather tracking, relies on knowing precisely which way Earth spins. Suddenly, every satellite orbits mismatched to a reversed rotation, losing orientation, going dark, or crashing out of the sky. Nations would scramble jets and rockets to reposition satellites. Without quick fixes, phone networks go silent, airplanes lose navigational guidance, ships drift lost at sea. Modern society, starved of data and connectivity, falls victim to its own reliance on precision orbit. But this reversal isn't just a matter of technology. It's a test of biological adaptability. Human bodies, accustomed to circadian rhythms tied to our planet's spin, begin to glitch. Sleep disorders spike. Blood pressure cycles reverse. Hormones falter. Animals bred for specific day-night cycles face extinction within months. Sharks and whales, guided by tidal cues to feed and breed, lose their way, threatening the ocean food chain. Pollinating insects wake to darkness, stumble through daylight, and population crashes spread into crop failure. Time itself is shattered. Our calendars, built around sunrise, sunset, seasons, and solstices, no longer correspond to celestial patterns. East becomes west, down becomes up in the human mind. Religious rituals, holidays, traditions, long anchored in sky orientation, feel confusing or meaningless. People might refuse to call east east, or even question whether Earth's geography under their feet is trustworthy. Anxiety and fear spread. Cultural divides deepen. Some religions call it the day the heavens cracked, while others dismiss it as global insanity. Governments struggle to hold order as shortages hit and crops fail. Militaries scramble to maintain order, while scientists race to understand whether the reversal is permanent or reversible. Is this a temporary cosmic glitch, a prelude to doom, or the result of a rogue asteroid, a cosmic collision, or alien intervention? Adding to the gravity of the crisis, the moon's orbit shifts, tidal forces reverse, creating new tidal rhythms never seen before. Coastal sagas of fishermen go silent as landmarks once shaped by centuries of tides look broken and unrecognizable. Seismic activity intensifies, intensifies. Volcanoes once dormant awaken. As crust pressure rebalance triggers eruptions common only in myth. City dwellers who once believed their homes were safe now watch columns of smoke and ash erupt from mountains that have slept for millennia. As months turn to years, humanity adapts. New agricultural calendars, timetables based on meteorology rather than astronomy circulate. Infrastructure is redesigned with wind tunnels in mind. Home windows reinforced against future reversals. Clothing evolves to beat erratic weather. Gravity itself shifts slightly. As Earth's spin slows then reverses, length of day changes, giving us shorter or longer days depending on the equator or poles. Time zones are redrawn. Even geography changes. Earth bulges at new latitudes, subtly shifting coastlines, lakes shrinking or swelling in response. And yet, with each adaptation, a question lingers. Did this happen by accident? Humans launch telescopes, probes, and spacecraft to search for external triggers. They examine the asteroid belt, the sun's magnetic field, even quantum fluctuations in space-time. Was the change engineered or merely random? Within a generation, storytellers retell legends of the world that spun backward, an event that redefined humanity's relationship with nature and the cosmos. Philosophy and theology transform. Some say Earth has passed a test, rediscovering resilience through calamity. Others warn that reversing fundamentals of life carries unintended consequences, that our world is out of sync with universal harmony. Ultimately, if rotation ever flips back, a global sigh of relief echoes across nations. Stars reappear in their old places. Seasons settle back into patterns our ancestors recognized. The world doesn't forget the ordeal. Millions still nocturnal, sleeping during the day due to lasting biological reminders. Crops face residual cycles for decades. Anthropologists and historians record a new era before flip and after flip. But if rotation remains reversed, humanity changes. Our bodies, art, cities, and spirit evolve with westward sunrises. Civilization endures. But the Earth is fundamentally different, a whispered testament to fragility. A planet that can turn on its own axis in the blink of an eye, and a species with the will to survive even when the sky betrays everything. And as the westbound sun settles over new horizons, people whisper, "We are alive, still spinning, still standing, still facing whatever tomorrow's flip may bring."